That's for tags. For God's sake. Okay.
No, I thought we were doing Hack GU today.
Yeah, I don't really feel like .hack GU, whereas I kind of do feel like more Valkyria. I will get back to .hack GU at some point, especially since we're so close to the end of the first volume. In the meantime, there are memes for us to watch.
It clearly says memo.
Meme 2. There's going to be a bit of rustling while I move prescription bags out of the way of my television. That's better.
It seems Saul lost his glasses when he was back home. Okay, get this.
Now, about the conference from the other day. Father, you're rather quiet today, and it seems you're much taller than usual. Solomon. Oh? How are you projecting your voice behind me?
You're speaking to a tree.
Saul's vision is pretty bad. Where'd you hide his glasses, Vi?
Oh, so you started that. Well, we have known each other a long time. I made sure to give them back to him.
Always was one of your favorite games. Hugh and Baz wouldn't stop until Amlet stepped in. But aren't you a little too old to be doing it now?
Age doesn't matter when expressing one's affection.
What are you even doing here?
Oh, right. That's why I came to see you.
There is some truth to your opinion, and I cannot cooperate with you.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Well, you're backing down rather easily. Where did you misplace your usual negotiation savvy?
Very well. Allow me to live up to your expectations.
This is...
the manuscript for next week's publication. I obtained it from a connection of mine.
So,
Simply put, it's an
did all of
article
these kids
detailing
get
our
adopted by
more
Powerful
disreputable
then?
activities.
Because at least 2 of them did.
Dig up this much dirt.
Who can say? There are
No.
all sorts of
Like,
professionals in this world.
Baz and Soul both got adopted by rich people, didn't they?
If this were to make
And
it
it's not clear for the other 3.
only imagine what would happen. It could spell the end of your political career. I doubt anyone could return to the limelight in a few years. That said, it's possible for me to bury this article. I'll have to use more persuasive means, but it's worth it for a cooperative friend of mine.
Hey, rival politician. What, Sol? We have
Why don't you
telepathy.
tell me about it?
Weird.
I owe you one, Freight. Your manuscript became the deciding factor.
Glad to hear. Thought perhaps I'd lost my touch.
It seems your concerns are unfounded. The intel you gathered was accurate as well, Violet. Before the 2 of you, one's political career could all be for naught. I begged you don't conspire with each other to write an article about me.
Like anyone would want to read an article about a politician talking to a tree.
I am truly grateful you 2 aren't my enemies.
Okay, let's take a look at meme 9. And we'll crack on with the story.
Why did they write their E's two different ways then, bro?
They didn't. They were exactly the same letter. Ooh, perhaps this one will be the Amulet stuffing breadsticks into his coat meme.
Everything we needed to discuss. Anyone have any objections?
None here. Same.
A perfect plan as always.
Love clocking out early. Hey, how about we order out and knock back a few cold ones here at the hideout?
That's a great idea. I'm always game for any invitation to drink.
How would you order out?
I've been leaving after our meetings lately. I suppose
This is a hideout!
Yes, just deliver the pizza to the hideout.
That settles it. Damn solid.
Where is that, sir? It's a secret to everyone.
I got a hankering for steak myself. Big, tender, and
Here,
chopping with
have $7.
I want steak too.
I would prefer something a bit lighter. How about fish?
Fish sounds good. I had steak for lunch. I think I'll have fish too.
Say what? You call yourselves men?
Why not just buy both?
It's bad enough we'll be buying booze by the barrel thanks to Vi. We should probably keep the rest of the order simple.
I'd rather not increase the number of us going to the store. As a precaution, it's better that we're not seen together.
True. One side has to yield then.
The majority says fish. You should concede to us.
Oh, so by order out you mean
I don't
going and
want
getting it.
this. Vi's on my side.
Yeah.
True gentlemen ought to concede to a lady's tastes. Besides, fish meat's practically a vegetable. I want steak, a real man's meat.
That's why I'm going to agree with Solomon because she likes them.
All right. We'll settle this the usual way. Got it? Damn Skippy. Steak or fish, what'll it be? Let's leave it up to Lady Luck.
So be it.
Go for it.
What's up, Vi? Something on your mind?
Oh no, not really. I was just wondering when we started deciding things with a coin toss.
Oh, that was... Hey, you forgot already? The first coin toss was over what to play when we were kids.
Wait, that's incorrect. It was when we argued over the name of this hideout.
What are you talking about? The first time we did it was to decide what colored bouquet to give Miss Maria.
I can't believe you guys. Those are all completely different incidents.
Hell nah, my mind's a steel trap. Come on, guys, remember? We used to fight over playing tag or playing house, yeah? Saul wanted to play house, so I called him a girl. Then he started crying and
Yeah,
turned
but
it into
if
a
there's
big
5 of
freaking
you, and
deal.
2 of you want one thing, and 3 of you want another, shouldn't you make like a 5-sided
That's
spinner?
history.
You're the one who needs to remember. It was when we were exploring the ruins. We found this
So it's
place
correctly
and were trying
weighted.
to decide what to call it. Hamlet, Violet, and you wanted hideout, while Freak and I wanted secret base. Neither side would yield. That was the first incident we started using the coin toss.
I'm telling you, it was when we couldn't decide on Miss Maria's birthday present.
They mean the
Couldn't
same
decide
thing!
on the red or blue bouquet best suited her. No one would budge. That's the first fight we solved with a coin toss.
I remember how you were oddly worked up about that, Am. You insisted that Miss Maria would look better with blue.
You could have left that part out.
Okay, well, let's put that particular mystery aside for now.
Agreed.
Anyway, I'm hungry. Let's choose if we'll have steak or fish quickly.
Do it, Baz.
Alrighty, heads for steak, tails for fish. No hard feelings. Now, let's do this.
Do it! Bass.
It's heads! Real meat it is. Savory, succulent steak.
Rules are rules, Saul.
So be it. However, we're buying plenty of vegetables to eat on the side, Apple.
Sure, whatever. Come on, ladies. Let's bring home the bacon.
Good grief. If we didn't have the coin toss, we might never stop fighting. Anyway, I wonder who first suggested this. I can't seem to remember that.
I did.
Really?
Miss Maria gave me this book, an adventure story, and I fell in love with the main character.
Really, Freeze? I would have thought you would have suggested solving all problems with swimming competitions.
What to do. When I told you all about it, we started doing it too.
Why is there an orca in this secret group?
No hard feelings, right?
Yep, that's what the main character always said. I read one of those
Sorry,
books to you.
is this adventure book about
Everyone liked it,
Two-Face?
So we decided to solve our own argument with the coin toss too.
with all our bickering.
Truth is, the real reason I suggested it is because of something Miss Maria said to me.
Oh?
We'd often read that novel together. When we
Maybe you should have all gone your separate ways. Then you wouldn't have dragged an entire country into an unnecessary war just for the sake of revenge, which you probably don't even deserve.
In other words,
Yeah.
the kind of person who watches out for their friends no matter what, who sticks with them. I promised her I would. Now that I'm older, I finally understand. I think she was worried that one day we might have a fight that split us apart. We were orphans, the only family we had. Without each other, we'd have no one. So if you're going to thank anyone, thank Miss Maria. It's because of her that we've stayed together all
Okay,
these
but-
years.
I see.
Makoto, you're all adults now. Have you thought about, you know, going out, meeting someone, getting married, spawning your own children? Also, at least two of you have been adopted, so you have families now.
In the first place.
Whoops, you got me.
I knew it. So why didn't you say it sooner?
I was going to, but none of you would budge. And I was hungry.
That's the reason? Jeez, you really do things at your own pace.
Because watching you
Stop
guys
keeping it
argue
to
is
yourself
funny.
And tell me what it is.
Okay, okay. As soon as everyone's back. Looks like we'll be walking down memory lane tonight.
This is just telling me that these are 5 people who really shouldn't be this close.
Yeah.
And have been kept together through the artificial means of gambling.
So how did we decide to start using loot boxes to make decisions?
We'd always play that game, Battlefront 2, together.
Whoever got a new hero in the loot box would make the decision.
I remember Miss Maria patting me on the head saying, "Remember, always be like EA."
You mean challenge everything? No, child.
Exploit the gullible masses to the full extent of our ability. That's why we're in this war, remember? Oh yeah.
That's why we instituted a system where if soldiers do well, they can exchange their kill count for loot boxes, or they can just get it and pay for it. We don't need any new shit yet.
Welcome. Come again. Welcome.
I see you ran out of relevant gifts.
I did. That's relevant. It's Sega.
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 Oh, don't be foolish, child. You have not the emotional attachment to that tune as I do.
It is true. I do not.
Yo. What do you want?
Oh, that's awful. That's so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Too soon, too soon. It's funny because it happened like 100 years ago.
Oh, let's take a look.
Pretty good, yeah?
You know, now NaNoWriMo's over, I feel like I don't have anything left.
You can keep writing.
I know, but like the
Plot.
impetus is gone.
Yeah, I get that feeling.
What's the matter? We've got a new assignment. Seems that way.
Okay, so we have to take some kind of coastal fortress on the Azure Sea.
Well done. They've taken our territory. Up details.
Yeah, it's just Tamir Road. Done this one before.
That is all. Dismissed.
Wait, what? They couldn't even hold this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Let's do this. All right, let's do this.
Hostile sighted.
Intercept the enemy. Let's take him out. Who's
Taste my
next?
blade.
Let's end this. Push through. You're so weak.
Enemy reinforcements sighted.
That wasn't satisfying at all. Earthquake! Who's next? You're so weak! Push through! You're so weak!
In the name of justice. Won't go easy.
Who's next?
Enemy reinforcements sighted.
You're so weak!
Enemy reinforcements sighted.
Yep, it's definitely taking back your camp.
Yep. Sure, I'm taking some camps here.
Beautiful, isn't that a dragon point move?
Maybe. Or like a Sephiroth type move.
No match for us.
Oh, I meant like in Pokemon.
I know what you meant.
You might want to be careful of fairy types there, Yoda.
To arms.
All right, let's do this.
that swarm.
Light him up! Commander down.
Was a worthy foe.
Serious.
Be gone. Keep up the pressure. 'Twas a worthy foe.
Under pressure, pushing down.
Under pressure. The bird. I can't remember the words. See, it's funny because it's a duet.
What's the matter? Well done. We've got a new assignment.
I'm thinking about that post about Alpha just reminds me of Jarvis in Marvel.
Top details.
Nice because he's meant to have like a stereotypical British butler accent, despite the fact that he's actually an American, and his mum's from Walsall, which is in my neck of the woods.
That is all.
Either way, he shouldn't sound like that.
Let's do this.
I'll prove myself.
Damn shoots! All right, let's do this.
I'll show you.
You ready?
To arms. I won't go in. Terribly sorry.
That didn't hit any of them.
It hit some of them, just not a lot.
So not enough to be useful.
Do not make me stab you.
How would you be able to stab me? You're too far away. Just like those barrels were.
Twas a worthy foe. Pardon me.
Who's next?
Terribly sorry.
I hope we get some more plots soon, because I'm running out of things to complain about.
Yeah, after this mission, we'll be doing the next story mission.
I mean, there's only so much you can say about inappropriate outfits for war.
Take the offensive.
And it always seems to boil down to, put on a pair of trousers, bitch!
Yeah, I'd really like to see a game that kind of combines, like, this, like a combination of this game and Final Fantasy Type 0, maybe with shades of the like original Valkyria Chronicles. That could be a fun game.
Oh, like, I'd like it if you could, like,
Reinforcements.
tell your companions to flank.
Yeah, like a game in the style of these games, but which puts a bit more of an emphasis on strategy.
Yeah, because one of the problems I always have with, like, teams in video games like this is that strategies always seem to revolve around be defensive or be aggressive or heal. Never flank the enemy, you fool!
Intercept the enemy.
Their numbers are rising. Let's begin the lesson.
Or stay here and hold this point. This is the kind of thing I want. Like, it annoys me in this game, and I think Dragon Age has the same problem, where you control one character and then you switch back to another character, and the first character just runs towards the character you just switched to, despite the fact that it would make more sense if they just stayed where the fuck they are and attacked the guy standing next to them.
Yeah.
Studied us.
I'm down for seeing like more strategy game elements worked into hack and slash games. You could get a really special game out of that.
I mean, it's not like I want like deep RTS stuff. I just want the ability to tell my characters to do what you do in real life.
Yeah.
Like, if we were in a real battle time situation, once we were finished screaming, I'd be like, okay, Doug, you go to the left, Glover, you go to the right, I'm gonna head straight on and die in a hail of bullets and glory.
Doug to the left of me, Glory to the right, here I am, stuck in the middle, with you.
I thought that was gonna go in... I thought that was gonna go into, Doug to the left of me, Glory to the right, into the Valley of Death, Road to 600. Which would be fitting, considering this is the game where they it's kind of the Crimean War.
This looks easy enough. Intercept the enemy.
Yeah.
Reinforcements.
I mean, the thing is, like, Valkyria Chronicles 1 was kind of like a bastard love child of World War 1 and World War 2, let's be honest. That's kind of why it took place kind of between the two of them. It's more World War 2 than it is World War 1, but... It's 1935 for a reason.
Yeah. I am really looking forward to Valkyria Chronicles 4.
Actually, the ability to control where your comrades are in a fight would make like friendly fire and AoE attacks like compatible, because you could just be like, get the fuck out of the way, instead of just watching Varric stand there as you shoot lightning from the sky right at him, and you're like, no, Varric, you were meant to move. And he's just like, well, why did you shoot fire like lightning there? You knew I was standing there. And you're like, yes, but that's because you were standing right next to the force, Varric. You're my favourite party member. You were meant to be the chosen one. Even if upgrading your crossbow is a complete pain in the neck.
Rest in peace.
Get lost. Let's end this.
'Twas a worthy fight.
Push them back. Take the offensive.
Be gone.
That all you got?
Their numbers are rising.
Commander down.
Let's begin the lesson.
Incoming. Watch it.
Pardon me.
Take it all the way.
Rest in peace.
End this.
This will settle it.
Who's that? Commander down.
So, is Ophelia being a burden ludonarrative dissonance?
Yeah, because she's pretty effective in battle.
As expected.
Like, we're all talking about how she's a burden, but actually she's really good in a fight, apparently. She's got those swordplay skills down pat.
The idea of her being effective with a sword, it makes sense. She was presumably trained from quite a young age. But it's kind of weird because she's simultaneously like oh no, killing people is wrong, it's really difficult to get used to. And then you're just like, okay, but you've killed like 15 people in the last 20 minutes.
Op details are as follows.
Can't believe it took me so long to realise that was the Black Sea.
That's all. Bannergan, move out.
That layer, he's going to show up again. He seems to be everywhere.
Let's do this.
To arms!
No match for us.
Intercept the enemy!
In the name of justice!
Line up and let's end this! All right.
Terribly sorry.
I mean, she just ran straight up to them. I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't, like, notice. Or at least go, why is there, like, a woman in half a ball gown here?
This will settle it! Enemy reinforcements sighted.
Who's next?
I gotta say, I do appreciate the fact that they keep using ethnic slurs.
Yeah, because I keep referring to the Rougians as what looks.
Yeah.
They sort of did that in Valkyria Chronicles 1 too. They generally referred to the Imperials as imps.
Okay, but that was just funny.
Oh, fire! Bring us more!
Take the offensive. All right.
Besides, let's be honest here, imp doesn't really sound like an ethnic slur.
No, it doesn't.
All right. Let's end this.
Fruits of our labor, yes? Pardon me! Jetland! Rest in peace!
All right. Incoming.
I won't go easy. Power comes from
Keep it up!
this will settle it! This will settle it!
Soldier!
Oh, fire! Bring us more! No quarter! No, begin the lesson.
Don't be so serious.
Word. No quarter!
They're all on fire, though they can function just fine.
don't get that in video games. Like, I'm not sure which I hate more, the you just run around in a circle for a while with very little control over your direction, or it's fine, it's fine. This game is very pretty.
It is. It's really gorgeous.
I mean, the character designs would be fine if they weren't used in this setting.
Although, as these guys run into headlong into like a hail of bullets without taking that much damage, I can't help but think that if this was Valkyria Chronicles, they would all be dead by now. When the Valkyria Chronicles where bullets hurt people.
off the enemy's supply lines. We're going to take down the bridge at Von Skull Gorge.
That means destroying that magnificent iron bridge. Such a shame.
That supply line directly connects the north to the south, but the northern region is currently impeded by the snow. If we deplete their reinforcements and supplies, it'll be easier for us to overtake them. At any rate, we continue the offense. Maintaining our victory streak is essential right now.
Understood. I'll inform the Army's commanding officer.
Please do. I'll suppress any dissenting opinions at Parliament.
Speaking of whiners, Vi's doing her spy thing, but what about Baz? Should we be making decisions without him? He's not going to like being left out.
Parliament seems to be like made up of like 4 people.
Yeah. There seems to be some detail around his head though.
I suspect that Basil is eagerly waiting for you.
Yo, I've been waiting for you. Especially this bad boy.
It's a sword that looks exactly like our old one.
Well, it's just a prototype. But its Ragnite transmission capabilities got spiced up to the max. Should be able to extract a hell of a lot more mana now.
Yo, I heard you like swords, so I just got your sword and put some more Magnite on it.
Yeah, I can already tell.
This is good work, Basil.
I know, right?
Captain gets all the best stuff.
As soon as we snag some more Ragnite, soup up the rest of your weapons too. The shipment should get here pronto.
Yay! Thanks, Basil.
You can bet on me.
Sorry about that.
That's
This
fine.
mana tech's amazing, and I'm just getting started.
That's a weird sneeze. One of those that vibrates that bit where your mouth and your nose connect. It's really weird. Okay, Anna, we all know you just want to move to a Final Fantasy game, so why don't you?
Yo, what's the matter?
I mean, if you think about it, it's weird because the guy in the storytelling bits, like, he's the kind of guy who should be in the protagonist of a
Yo,
Valkyria Chronicles story, not this loser.
pretty good, yeah? See ya.
What's the matter? Well done.
I might as well do this battle to take that Exibseria.
Op details are as follows. That is all.
Let's do this.
To arms!
They're intercepting us.
Their numbers are rising. Begin the lesson. Yeah, do not be
We go.
Be gone!
So serious.
Observe the enemy. Farewell.
Honest.
This will settle it.
Who's next?
The fruits of our labor, yes? Twas a worthy foe. Twas a worthy foe.
Come on, don't be so serious. Incoming. Watch it. Enemy reinforcements. Keep it up.
Pardon me. Twas a worthy foe. Out of my way. Twas a worthy foe.
All right, take them out. Who's next?
My word.
Don't be so serious.
Twas a worthy foe. This will settle it. Out of my way.
Take it all the way.
All right.
This is a good position.
Underestimate a soldier.
Enemy reinforcement in sight.
Pardon me.
Take it all the way.
Let's show you.
All right.
You know, what makes these people soak up bullets like a sponge thing worse is that they're less appropriately dressed to do it than the guys in Valkyria Chronicles 1 were.
Yeah, the guys in Valkyria Chronicles 1 had armour on. Admittedly not very effective looking armour, but armour.
That wasn't satisfying at all.
Commander doused.
Intercept the
Wait, what? Why has the Empire filled with a Scorpion mech? Who designed this?
Why?
I don't understand.
Are they just self-identifying as the bad guys now?
We need to design a new unit to send out into the field. What if that's this giant scorpion mech? Ooh, good idea, Dr. Death.
That should do some damage. Mission complete.
Let's go with Ophelia's heal field or something a bit more useful.
Yo. What do you want?
Yeah, why would you need a heal field if you just don't really take damage at all?
Oh, sorry, I meant burn field.
Oh, okay. Yeah, being set on fire doesn't seem to be much of an impediment.
See ya.
If we buy another freeze ray, that's pretty useful.
Welcome. Come again.
Seems that way.
Just so.
Yep.
Oh, hey, another Shakespeare reference.
Wonderful.
Montague seems like an odd name. And Demetrius, although Greece is right there. Really? I'm proud of the fact that this country has been under the thumb of my family for an entirety of 1,000 years.
You know who would never say that? Monokuma.
Salvatore. Oh, right.
Yo, what's the matter?
Oh, just that good talk. I need to go to the factory.
Yo. What do you want? See ya. Yo,
What's the matter? Well done. Well done.
One moment.
Wonderful.
Op details are as follows.
Right, we're interrupting a supply chain at this here gorge. They're destroying a bridge.
That's all. Banner.
What? Are you still sulking?
Seriously? Get over it already. Don't be such a sad sack, Isaac.
Sad sack.
Say what you will. At least I'm not so naive as you knaves.
Apprehensive, wary. I guess that's the nature of a scout.
Hey,
Sad
can you
sack.
not classify me
Lol.
with him?
What's so funny, Blue?
I'm sorry?
The unit's mood seems different.
Does it?
Something has changed.
Nothing major.
Am I being left out of the group now?
Of course not.
December 31st. The Battle of Von Skolt Gorge. The Jutland army took the rear guard to preserve their strength. The Vannergan executed the attack independently.
Attack the bridgehead. Keep the enemy at bay until the bridge breaks. Got it? Let's go. All right. Let's do this.
Okay, game, you advised me to use stealth to take out these cannons, but am I actually going to do any damage if I get... Like, if Amlet gets hit in the face with a cannonball, is he even going to notice? Also, why is there another giant scorpion mech here? Why does the Empire love scorpion? Who is making these? Oh, I have created these scorpion mechs for mining and search and rescue. Could we attach some guns to them and use them for war? No! This Scorpion Mech 5000 was never meant for war! It's not even doing well, it's just waiting for us to finish up here.
Are you telling me that a giant scorpion meg is dancing around like a ninja in a terrible martial arts movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Scorpion-chan.
do some damage. Here they come. If Godot doesn't get here in time, we're gonna have our work cut out for us.
Looks as though they number in the few. Let's attack at once.
Yes, let's.
Oh, hey there, Artis. I was wondering when you'd show up.
Hey, they're not so tough. Ready or not?
Hey, Lele-chan.
In the name of Jutland. Rest in peace.
It's Lele-chan.
Laertes.
Oh, yeah.
They go. JK, you're very intelligent.
We can have it.
Taste my medicine.
Sorry,
A worthy opponent.
Taste my medicine.
how's this?
Give it my all. Take it ours.
Let's do this.
Commander neutralized.
Sorry, pal.
This is my other problem with battles in this game. It never feels like yeah, like it never really feels like the enemy is actually strategizing against us. Whereas there were times in Valkyria Chronicles 1 where like the enemy would whip out something that really surprised you. Like you doing a difficult as hell desert battle and then Maximilian turning on and being like, hey guys, I bought a massive tank. It's named after a bat.
Stronger than you.
Ready for this? I'll focus on defense.
Yeah. This seems a bit basic, really, isn't it?
Yeah, all they really do is kind of wait for you to come to them.
As they say, I'm informed from the cool kids say, these enemies are basic bitches.
Twas a worthy fight. Turn the tide. Pardon me.
Mission complete. Let's link up with Godot and withdraw.
Wonderful. Keep an eye on them.
I'll focus on teamwork. Pardon me.
Give it my all. See ya. Sorry, pal.
Whoopsies. This will settle it. Was a worthy foe.
Enemies ahead!
Behind us as well.
An ambush.
There's not that many kill this number in your sleep, guys.
Maybe this is leading up to a character death.
Who would die? Will it be Godot? Oh, hey, it's gone Moff Tarkin.
Princess! Princess!
Missed the mark. Pursue her. We must finish her off.
Lucky they landed on all of my crinoline.
She always lands in the same way. Back on the ground, tits up, hips tilted to one side, legs curled prettily. Whether she falls from a great height, or falls over, or collapses onto what really should be her front.
This is the royal method of falling that has been passed down the Jutland family line.
Grandma Tarkin, you do realise that just killing her would be like the one way you could be absolutely certain that she's not going to be rescued, right?
Yes, seriously. Like, don't bother tormenting her, just shoot her.
Bless you, my child.
would have been such a sight had you wailed and begged for your life. But that seems unlikely. How disappointing.
Just shoot her in the head!
Hamlet, everyone, I knew you would come.
Curses, had I only not prevaricated for like 20 minutes. Once again, my own poor time management has foiled me.
Like that me as a villain.
No, that's just him. He like summons a blue fireball and is like, I too have obtained the power of the Valkyria. The trace for obtaining it was my eye and my ability to schedule my time in an orderly fashion.
All right.
Let's begin the lesson.
Right, she was doing a really good job.
All right.
Observe the enemy.
You know, for a second there it looked like you were actually going to try flanking something, but no, they just kind of went away and then came back again. It reminds me of that thing that happens in movies and stuff. But there's like a guy, I'm thinking specifically of Flash Gordon, but other things do this as well. But there's like a guy and a girl, and they're standing like about an arm's distance apart, and somebody pulls out a gun on them, and the guy's first instinct is to grab the girl and drag her towards him. And you're just kind of sitting there going, but Flash, there are two of you. Your better chances would be if you split up.
Villain pulls a gun. Oh no, let me make ourselves an easier target for you.
I can't remember what the Doctor's name is because he's like the best character in that film. No, that's a lie. The best character in that film is the King of the Eagle People. Only because he's played by Brian Blessed. Gordon's alive.
Seems they don't know their place.
But the do topple place is like a close second. Then I think the next best character after them might actually be Dale. I mean, she's thick, but she's also kind of entertaining. And it kind of drops off at the end where they're desperately trying to like justify why she'd go through with this stupid wedding, or it's just like, but he'll kill you, and she's like, I know, but we humans keep our promises. That's the difference between us and you. But he broke his end of the bargain. If he killed Flash and he wasn't supposed to, then you have absolutely no reason to hold up your end of the steel at all, Dale. What the hell?
This humiliation.
Caused trouble for all of you.
This would never have happened if you just had her shot in the head.
Everyone.
Where's Goddo?
Yeah, where did he go?
Prince.
I could have sworn he dived after her.
They're after Ophelia. We need to protect her.
That's exactly why she should never have been allowed to join the army in the first place. Something like this was bound to happen eventually.
What's the matter, Alchemist?
Wait, where did everybody else go?
Don't know what you mean.
Yeah, they're just standing back like, oh no, they've just vanished. Oh, I think they were taking Ophelia away.
Your skill today is a pale comparison. I see nothing behind it. There's no hint of the swordplay I faced the other day.
Awfully chatty this time. Something up?
Not at all. I'm just disappointed.
Oh no, Ophelia's
Don't you have
there.
a princess to murder?
What are you doing?
Both of you, lay down your arms.
Oh, it's just trying to avoid murdering the
There is no
princess.
reason for us to fight each other.
Wait, what are you doing there still? Wait,
Where
why did
has
you
everyone
stop,
else
Get
Laertes?
out of the way, Ophelia. He's one of Ruse's grand generals. That's all the reason we need.
There's every reason for you to fight! Just kill her,
Assume that
Laertes!
rank and title. Isn't that so, Prince Laertes?
I told you, I am not that person.
Nay, you are indeed Prince Laertes.
Slice her throat
As
open!
Princess of Jutland,
Cut her head
I
off!
say to you,
Stab her in the
Prince of
heart!
Valkyria,
Stop fooling around.
I shall
Cut off
give
her
you
arm! I don't know, just do
Valkyria.
something, you idiot!
Neither the Kingdom of Jutland nor the Ruzi Empire should rule over the state of Ipsaria. That honor belongs to you, the heir apparent to its throne.
Well said for someone who has seized my homeland from the Empire.
Beg pardon?
Not its people, just
Since
this
the royal
guy.
family is no more,
Yeah.
they would govern instead. Sounds like nonsense to me. The country that controls the Ragnarok has simply changed from Ruse to Jutland. Why not honestly proclaim that this is an invasion, not some embellishment like liberation?
'Tis no invasion. We freed your nation from usurpation, so that everything may be restored to its rightful order. True, Jutland governs Ipsaria, but as stewards, not tyrants. All to
That wasn't your
protect
right to do.
whose freedom the Emperor stole. However, liberty can only be won by the Crown Prince's hand. Devote your life to your country, not another man's cause. As for myself, I wish only for peace between our lands. I want both our countries to prosper, together.
Emperor Claudius let me live. I have chosen to dedicate myself to his Imperial Majesty.
Your Highness!
Your words are hollow. If you want to speak of ideals, be resolute. Be prepared to sacrifice. Be like his Majesty.
We wish for you to assassinate Princess Ophelia.
Why does my heart waver then?
Amlet, no!
Your skills have gotten even duller. What's the hurry, Alchemist?
Poor writing.
Your sword is unworthy to be in my presence. Princess, I will attack Ipsaria in broad daylight and drive all of you out. As a general of the Ruzi Empire.
Oh, Emperor Arden Voice isn't going to be happy about this.
He's the enemy. He tried to kill us both.
What the fuck was that?
I know we can somehow come to an understanding. Nay, we absolutely must.
Why not?
His heart beats for his homeland, just as strongly as ours. Can you not see that? Though you cannot now, one day you will. And when that day comes, we shall reach out together and reason with him.
You looked into his eyes.
There's nothing there but anger. There's no reasoning with someone like that.
You two have the very same eyes. Are you lost to reason as well?
Your Highness, are you safe? Princess? Captain?
Oh, there you are, Goddo. So what? That seemed meaningful, but I'm not sure for what.
The battle at Vonskold Gorge also ended in a victory for Jutland. Every newspaper wrote that Jutland avenged the soldiers who had died to the Valkyria in the prior battle.
Well, this is an evil-looking palace. Now he is sitting in an evil throne room upon an evil throne.
The Ruzi Empire was forced to completely.
Did his collar just get a pickup?
This can happen.
I apologize deeply. Not only did I fail to protect the princess, the monarch your majesty entrusted in my care was destroyed.
I apologize deeply. I failed to eliminate the princess. Worry not, Grand Moff. I know that this is the price thou have paid for your Valkyrian power. For a year is not the thing you gave in exchange, your ability to schedule and not procrastinate. It is like how this young general, whose name I have forgotten, gave out his ability to not be an evil dandy.
He who refused the appointment should have quite an opinion.
If I may speak freely, Grand General Timoshev does not specialize in this type of military tactic. He will rebound in a situation that caters to his true strengths.
Oh, what a generous evaluation.
It's my belief that dirty work such as this does not suit your
God damn, Deadpool is really going full Arden in this role.
Maxine, how dare you show such insolence?
Shame I can't hear it.
Every action I take is to be a valued general. I dare say my opinion because I believe it will benefit His Majesty.
Okay, but
The enemy will be more vigilant.
you presumably killed, like, most of your family members. So what makes killing Ophelia different than what he did to your parents?
A valid assessment. Maxine's judgment reflects our own. As for you, let this redouble your devotion to rules.
Yes, sire.
Now, about that summons we received from the Beyond Summit.
It would appear the events at Vonskold Gorge shocked all of the great nations.
Take Vanergan's alchemic weaponry receiving major upgrades. It's proof that Abseria's Ragnite now belongs to the Jutes.
The ambassadors have been ridiculing us for losing, despite having the strength of the Valkyria on our side.
These self-styled superpowers. Those sycophantic fools are plotting some petty scheme.
You know, you also have really, like, vastly superior manpower. Why don't you just use those and set all of your things on... Why don't you have all your fights at night and, like, just overwhelm them with sheer numbers?
Yeah.
What a troublesome princess. Can't believe she started lecturing on the battlefield.
As long as she doesn't interfere with our plan, I don't care what she does.
And if she does, you don't plan to... You wouldn't say that now, would you, Saul?
It depends on which is more important to us, Jutland or our revenge.
Bingo.
Stop it. You boys are scaring me lately.
I wouldn't think of doing anything to the princess. I'm simply trying to find a way to use her to our benefit. The Prince of Ipseria's existence concerns me too. We need to do something before he does.
Whoa, looks like Saul's putting on his plotting face.
Hamlet, as I said before, we need to be rid of the prince. I'll get in touch with my contacts within the major powers. I'll need your assistance.
Come on, let me know what you think.
You've outdone yourself, Basil.
To be fair, its real worth is only testable on the Valkyria. We don't exactly have time to fine-tune the adjustments.
I'm sure Saul will get it done.
How do you figure?
Whenever he has that look, I know he means business.
The old plotting face. No doubt about that.
Am, how do you feel about me interviewing the princess?
Why would you do that?
Just trying to find more ways to leverage her. I think something about what her power can do might be useful.
I'm sure she'd agree to it. She probably has a lot to say.
Something on your mind?
Ophelia cares very deeply for this country, her citizens.
So what?
We...
Hey, this is about vengeance, and don't you forget it. We've got half the world at war now. And sure, it's fine and dandy for a princess to worry about things from her palace. But down here, it's eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
What's on your mind?
Don't you feel bad about it? Even a little.
Why should we?
Innocent blood is being shed in the name of our revenge.
The hell's that coming from? This isn't like you, Anne.
Never mind.
We all chose to pursue this vendetta. I know you pulled the short straw here, but listen, is there really room for compassion when you think about all our friends who died in that fire? About losing Miss Maria?
You're right.
I still see that shit in my dreams. Every time I close my goddamn eyes, our home reduced to ash, our family, their bodies charred black. Miss Maria, I'll never forgive, and I'll never forget.
I know. Sorry I brought it up.
What's the Emperor doing there? Like, incredibly
Yeah, that's
fishy
a
about
good
this whole
question.
thing.
Yeah, it's weird that he would turn up himself. Just to, like, burn down an orphanage and kidnap someone.
The fact that the traitors were willing to use everything and everyone for their vengeance is... I wonder now if I think that because I've been tainted by the previous information surrounding.
And that's perfectly fine. They took the dishonorable name of traitor willingly. They accepted it with pride. Let's continue with the story. The major powers were beginning to move. You're quite studious. How splendid. That is just one.
Looks like we've acquired more memes.
The archives of the revolution. That's what these are. The archives of the revolution.
Meme 10.
That was open before.
Yeah, I know. While we have apparently obtained a new meme, I don't see it on the list.
Back when Miss Maria asked us what we wanted to be when we grew up.
Why must you do these terrible things?
Ooh, maybe this will be a that girl reading this meme.
Yeah, I even remember what everyone said.
Well done, you guys.
Hey, blog, even if you think this little girl is as beautiful as this girl.
He said, I'll be an inventor, make a great invention, become super rich, and make Miss Maria my wife. Baz used to be so cute back then. The complete opposite of now.
I know, right? I was pretty damn cute, wasn't I? Next was Freet. Now, what did you say?
You're mistaken, Violet. I am positive that Basil said, I'm gonna marry Vi.
Or maybe it's the trauma of having your home burned down and your mother figure kidnapped that changed him.
Well, it was when we were kids, so... What are you doing, Baz? Don't be embarrassed. You're making me embarrassed, too.
Shut up.
Besides, you answered first, Vi.
Yeah.
He's still obviously holding a torch for you,
Yeah.
despite the fact that you're obviously into Solomon.
She was dumbfounded for a moment.
Yeah, we'd never seen her make a face like that before.
I didn't see that.
You were way too precocious. An innocent boy like me didn't stand a chance against that devilish charm of yours.
Idiot.
It's always all, naturally, I shall change the world.
I didn't say it like that.
No, really, word for word. Even then you were all business.
That was the past.
You haven't changed at all, Saul.
Mine was boring. I believe I said, I want to be a novelist and write adventure stories.
Yeah, that came as a surprise to no one.
Freet always was known for his tales and Freet's Adventure Time. All the kids looked forward to it after curfew.
I know I did.
Except we always got in trouble when Miss Maria caught us.
Hey, those stories you told us? Did you make them all up yourself?
I borrowed a lot from other stories I read, but some of it was my own. I was making it up as I went along.
That explains it. There were several contradictions that I couldn't ignore. Thanks to you, there were some nights I couldn't sleep at all because it bothered me so much.
Never did finish any of them.
I plan to, when this is all over.
When it's all over, huh?
Hey, wait. What did Am say?
Huh. Now that you mention it.
I can't remember.
Same here. I don't seem to recall it.
I didn't say anything. Sorry.
You didn't? Why?
I didn't know what I wanted to be. Don't look at me like that. I was happy. I wasn't thinking about the future.
Now that you mention it, you were always smiling then.
True that. You were the craziest kid out of all of us.
Remember that one time when Am?
Ah, that.
Oh, I remember that one.
Amlet, isn't there something you want to be? Nope. Is it a secret from me, too?
No, I really don't.
Oh, I see.
I just want to stay here forever.
Hmm?
I just want to live with you and everyone else. Forever. I know it's not a job, but that's my dream.
Goodness.
So, your dream is to take over this orphanage?
Yeah, well, that's what I was getting from that. What a wholesome meme that was. It looks like we've been picking up these character fragments. Let's look at Jorda's and then we'll crack on with the story.
Hey, Jordan, I think you dropped something. Looks like a photo of some kid.
Oh, thanks. That's something important to me.
Is that?
My son, yeah.
Whoa, hold the limworm. You've got a kid?
Yeah, my beautiful boy. His name's Jamil. Right now he lives with his mother in the countryside. I haven't been able to see him for work, so I carry this photo around at all times. It's my good luck charm.
He's so cute.
Jorda, stop raising your death flag.
Yeah, you got that right. He gets all his looks from his mother. My genes had no say in that. But he says he wants to become a soldier like me when he grows up. It seems his dream is to be part of Vanity.
Wow, how exciting.
Oh yeah, he hasn't hit puberty yet. Everything about Jorda's face screams, this is what puberty does to you. I got hit like a ton of fucking bricks.
It must be hard.
Yeah.
My mother didn't want to let me fight.
My mom and pops were the same way, but they've come around.
That's what being a parent is. Which is why I want to win this war quickly and give my son a peaceful country. By the time he's old enough to be a soldier, there shouldn't be any wars or economic.
Isn't that why you fight? So your children don't have to?
Be a big-bellied soldier who takes peace for granted.
I'm sure we'll make that happen.
Here, you don't want to lose this again. Oh, there's something written on the back.
Wait. No, that's...
It must be a little note from your son. Let's see. Dad, be the best captain you can be. Captain?
Jordan, did you...
It's just a dad trying to act cool. Keep this a secret from Captain Hamlet, okay?
Oh, come on, Jorda. Hamlet would put his hair long. Just really deadpanly referred to Jorda as captain whenever his son was around.
This is a true story.
Rochelle, you say that I keep doubting it somehow.
Yeah.
For one thing, Jutland is way further north.
The 5 imperial powers of the world.
Screw you, I had a line. I had something to say, and now it's gone. Disappeared into the ether, never to return.
These empires
Well, if you remember it, do say it.
known as the Beyond Summit.
No, what I was thinking was, did they move Iceland? No, that's just part of Norway. No, I feel like she's just confusing matters.
Forum they used to exchange information on how best to govern Europa, wasn't it? The leading superpower was the
In this kid's head, he's just like, oh, I've been misled. And I'm like, no, everything you've heard seems to be accurate in spirit, if not in letter, right?
Yeah, like, the traitors are genuinely awful people.
I'm sure you can guess the reason.
Well, it would seem that Jutland has
This Rochelle woman seems to be determined to make us feel sorry for them, but it's failing because they're all awful.
I do hope his imperial posterior hasn't frozen to the throne.
I have a message from His Majesty to everyone present. Let us hear it then. Speak. Spring is nearly upon us.
Is that all?
Indeed it is.
What an amusing man.
I believe everyone understands its meaning. The time when the signs of spring surround us
No, it isn't.
is the time the Ruzi Empire redraws the map of
It's
Europe.
December.
Please look forward to it.
That part. Dreadful as ever. The temperature drops every time they enter the room.
Everything is as the ancient, the Valkyria wishes it to be.
I'm honored that you've graced me with some of your time. I know you're a busy woman.
Nay, the honor is all mine. Thank you for this opportunity.
Let's dive right in. You've led Jutland to victory after victory, all the while solidifying its people's trust in you. The reason I asked for this interview is to learn how your Highness feels about the war and her plans for the future.
Please, ask anything you wish.
January 6th, 1854. There is record that Ophelia was interviewed by Freak the traitor. With a sincere voice, she spoke of why she stood on the front line.
I can't believe Rochelle has tenure. Because she's a professor, but like all of her historical knowledge seems to come from things like her grandmother has told her.
Just so. The fight for freedom, liberation as you call it, has united the people as one.
I agree.
And I'm not saying that can't be a useful source, that you have to cross-reference it against other sources.
Opportunity presents itself.
By all means.
Well, you see, within the ranks of the Ruzi Empire, someone who was thought to be long since dead, the Prince of Ipsaria, is alive.
Is that so?
Indeed.
It hasn't been confirmed.
This is a delicate matter, Your Highness. Would you allow me to decide whether or not to include this in the article?
The princess is the same as usual.
I'll be leaving out the shocking truth about Laertes.
Naturally. Hamlet, it's dangerous having the princess and prince meet. Can you do anything at the site?
I can kill him.
Sorry for increasing your workload.
He says he's a grand general. That makes him an enemy.
Gotta wonder why, though. The Rux do his folks in, so this one-armed wonder signs up as the Emperor's new pet? Please.
Regardless, we can't have her doing something unpredictable. I'm counting on you, Hamlet.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
Where are you headed?
you know, if you want to prevent the princess and the prince meeting, maybe you should, like, I don't know, do something about that, Solomon.
Manifested at the Beyond side.
Yeah.
Conveniently need her presence somewhere so that Amlet can go kill
If all goes according to plan.
Laertes without
Upgrade into
her interfering again.
Pass a law saying that the royals can't take part in frontline military troops.
Plotting faces, not just for
He'd only need to delay her long enough for Amlet to murder him, and then she can go back on the front lines. It might be all he can
Yeah.
manage. I want dissent between in the ranks of these five.
Yeah.
We'll make it more interesting.
That is just one part of history.
Alright, let's see Bridget's meme.
You there, you're lagging behind.
the situation around you more closely. Keep your center of gravity in mind when you're firing a gun. If you're aware of the recoil and match its timing, your accuracy will increase greatly.
Sergeant Ulrich is very talented. She's quite good at getting the team to work as a cohesive unit.
She used to be a teacher.
Huh. That explains a lot.
Excuse me. I've got a notification from the main army.
Hey, we're in the middle of training. Don't enter the premises so recklessly.
Oh, sorry.
What would you do if something happened? Be careful.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the runner for Vandergund, even at Elsinore?
It's normally someone else's job, but I requested to switch. Keeping Vandergund up to speed is my sworn duty.
I see. Then as a member of our squad, you need to be mindful of your appearance too. You have some bedhead at the back.
Huh? Oh, you're right.
Come here. I'll take a look at it.
Well, wait, Miss Bridget. I can do it myself.
There.
Oh god, I bet Bridget was one of those teachers who, if like one of her students had a loose tooth because a new tooth was coming in, she'd just reach in and drag it out of her bare hands.
Now open your mouth. Make sure to bite
You've all had teachers like that, right?
No, I
It's
know
not just
how
me,
to
right?
eat, you know, and I'm on duty.
No.
I'll take my leave now.
No, it's not just me. Good.
No, it's just you.
No, we've all had like a Mrs. Bonnie James.
Nope.
Where like
Then
the
again,
parents would...
then again, I'd like to remind you, I have an older sister, and I'm a girl, so if I had a loose tooth, we just ended up trying to get rid of it ourselves.
the parents would tell their kids not to let on to Mrs. Bonnie James if they had a new tooth coming through, because she would just drag it out of her bare hands. It's horrifying.
And they didn't complain to the head teacher why?
That's just how things are on the fence. Hang on, I'm going to get a glass of water. Back in a mo. Just how things are on the fence. Okay.
Terrible place. It's just, it reminded me of that bit of Shakespeare which is like, fillet up a fenny snake in the cauldron, boil and bake. And I was just like, wait, does that mean a snake from the fens? And yes, it does.
Oh. I have so many snakes there. It's a nightmare for Velvetor.
February 7th. In another country within the Ruzi Empire, Solomon met with Brendan's ambassador, off the records.
An unofficial meeting with a leading power and contributor to the BRFH blockade? The traitors even pulled that off?
I'd like to begin by stating Jutland's stance regarding the other world powers, what with this war with Ruse. We do not wish to war with the countries that are unjustly staging the economic blockade against us.
What do you mean an economic blockade?
Ambassador, did you not agree to meet with me because you wish to have a mutually beneficial discussion? Let's be frank with one another.
You're an intriguing fellow, I'll give you that.
So I've been told.
All right, by Jove. Let's hear what you have to say first.
The land of Molda, which our country reclaimed in that initial battle with Ruse, has a history associated to it. This war originates from this grievance, and has nothing to do with the other world powers.
And just what does this grievance entail?
That I cannot say. Only that it is a problem between Jutland and Ruse.
And you expect us to accept that explanation without question?
I would appreciate if you do so.
You sound rather self-assured.
Of course. I didn't come empty-handed.
Yeah, because if you said one orphanage got burnt down and a single woman was kidnapped, they'd laugh in your fucking face.
Dunfalst, in the east.
You want us to change everything for the sake of what, like 30 children? Are you fucking joking?
Indeed. You have disputed its ownership with Ruse in the past. Our country will liberate it, and when the war with Ruse ends, we will present it to you as a gift.
Is that possible?
Certainly. Jutland has no stake in Dunfalst, and only cares to strike a blow against Ruse. However, if Brenland wishes it, we shall obtain it. I'd like you to understand that we only have our eyes set on Ruse. I would appreciate if you take our conversation back to your homeland.
Okay, so if Brenland is here, then where the fuck is Dunfalst? Is that Crimea?
Jutland's royal family
Maybe?
has distant familial ties to Brenland. This proposal stems from that mutual bond.
I see. I understand now.
Returning to our discussion, the sanctions you've placed against our country aren't very aggressive.
What do you mean by that?
These are merely my thoughts on the matter, but the other world powers don't think too highly of the Rusi Empire. In fact, you wish to be rid of them if possible. With the blockade, it may appear you agree with Ruse, but don't you have plans in place to abandon them if need be?
You say very interesting things. I will respond at a later date, so I must ask that you leave for today.
When Dunfalst is liberated 3 days
That makes sense. I'm decided to do everything in the loudest fashion possible.
Oh, there is one take. Never mind.
Sorry?
It's just a private shape for a private time.
We hope to form an alliance with Brenland.
Man, the other world powers are not going to be happy when they find out exactly what this war was about in the first place.
Yeah. That's what I swear, every time we see Jutland's parliament, it gets slightly larger.
Yeah, it was like 5 people before, and now it's like 7.
Yeah.
Many opinions from both the anti-war movement and the pro-war faction pointed out its low strategic value.
Jutland is presently closing in on the Rusi Empire from the Western Front. The next target, Dunfalst, is surely off this course. Many of you within the military and parliament have expressed your skepticism with this proposal. However, those doubts can be cleared with but one word. And that is liberation. Jutland's suffering is one that is felt through all of Europa. There is significant strategic meaning to this. Not only do we focus on the route to advance on our enemy, but by liberating the lands claimed by Ruse, our country will do exactly
They're
what
talking
we
shit,
aspire
mate.
to achieve in this war. These actions will put pressure against their empire.
What are you aspiring to achieve in this war?
Well, I mean, revenge for him, but I guess for everyone else it's like, ooh, we're liberating Europa from the Rusi Empire. Woo! Freedom! Freedom!
Freedom!
Oh shit, earlier on that bridge was But we missed the perfect opportunity for that is for killing my father. Breach.
Oh no! Yeah, you're right. We did. Oh.
It's been too long since we last played Psychonauts.
It has. We should do something about that.
Yeah.
VP, I read it! I feel a little embarrassed. You sure had a lot to say. The journalist had some very good questions. I couldn't help but to get passionate.
Well, he couldn't have picked a better time to put it out.
How do you mean?
Well, the Dunfal's mission is to liberate the colony, right? So it's good to have the princess rally behind that word. In a way, this operation takes...
He did ask me a lot about swimming.
Oh, Bloom, you're so endearing, Tim.
Also, Goddo kept tossing fish to him.
Nothing wrong with that. That's good for morale.
Sorry, my voice cracked up because I'm just remembering the that when Free was still like a rumor, like it was coming, but we weren't sure if it was gonna happen or not. Like there was that post where just like, you know, who's most excited about this new swimming anime, and it was just a picture of Damon Gant. Phoenix Wright.
Looks like you're all here.
Goodness, now that I've got that capture card, we could totally like do that.
Oh yeah, we should do like the entirety of the console Phoenix Wright games with voices.
I hate waking up early.
We've got your back. You want me or Bridget to drag you out of bed?
I'm counting on you, Tilda.
No hesitation, huh? That's no wonder, given the other option.
If you hate waking up early, why did you join the army?
Prep and get some rest, all of you. Dismissed.
There's like 4 professions that which are always going to require you to get up early: farming, fishing, being a member of the armed forces, and being an early morning radio DJ.
Yo. What do you want? Pretty good, yeah?
Wait, battle palette. I only just noticed that.
Can't believe you only just noticed that.
Right, it's a menu. Why would I pay attention?
How about this? How about this? How about this? See ya.
Oh, actually, let's change up people's battle palettes.
See ya. Yo. What do you want?
Just want to check that. No, he still can't equip Shine Caliber.
See ya.
Any idea why not?
Might not have enough RP.
So, what are your plans for the rest of the stream?
Well, once we've done a bit of upgrading, we'll crack on for story.
Cool. I am gonna have to pop off for a minute, but I'll be back soon. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Yo.
Okay, let's
What do you want?
use up all of these Agnes and upgrading.
How about this? How about this? See ya.
How you doing? Nice work.
Is there anything we can actually do here, or is it just a place where we kind of listen to people talking about how great we are?
Nice.
Take your time.
I'm back soon. What's the matter? Well done. Well done.
Syria, you're constantly getting into trouble, aren't you?
Up detailed. That is all. Dismissed.
Let's try something actually.
Yo. What do you want?
I returned.
Welcome that.
See ya.
You miss anything?
No, just me fiddling with that with menu things.
Cool. My apologies for the rustling. Alright, these are hippies, organic chickpea puffs. They look like very ill Watsits.
That is all.
Let's do this.
I'll prove myself. To arms! In the name of justice!
Who's next?
They're too big.
You ready? Commander down.
I mean, like, the flavouring's good, but they kind of taste funny in the middle. So, they need to be smaller, so there's more outside than in. I love this texture though.
To arms! I'll prove myself.
Keep an eye on them.
In the name of Jutland! Power comes from within. Oh, shine with glory.
Oh, those were alright. I need to break into my Jacob's Cracker Crisps. I'm not really sure those exploding barrels are much use.
No, they're useful to stun people. The others seem to actually have much effect.
Commander down. Let's do this together.
Shine with
The battle's going our way.
Incoming reinforcements.
in the name of Jutland.
Get it on!
This will settle it.
All right. Who's next? Commander down.
Intercept the enemy!
Incoming reinforcements.
Who's
On
next?
the attack.
All right, let's do this.
Sorry.
All right. Take this.
Get out of the way!
Who's next?
Weak! Intercept the enemy! Enemy reinforcements! Who's going our way?
In the name of Jutland.
You're no match for us. Hoorah! Take it out of the
Terribly
way!
sorry.
Ah! You're so weak!
No match for us.
Intercept the enemy! Enemy reinforcements! Let's take them out!
Who's next? Commander down. Sorry.
Taste my blade. In the name of Jutland.
Pardon me?
Satisfying at all.
Their numbers are rising.
You're no match for us. Let's think about it.
Let's go!
Don't underestimate us.
Ready?
Honest.
Mission complete.
As expected.
What's the matter?
Well done.
Alright, let's go the other way. Done first.
Op details are as follows. That's all.
Vandergy, move out. Little birdie from the business world told me something. Renlin's trying to dig up dirt on you, Saul. And yeah, I greased a lot of palms to make sure this info's legit.
Well, it's to be expected. From their point of view, you could be useful in many ways.
I'm honored.
Be careful. Ruse is pretty dangerous, but you can't let your guard down against Brennan either.
If I was in their position, I would investigate me too.
I'll be keeping an eye on you.
That's about what I expected. It'll add some tension to my life.
Stop joking around.
It's fine as long as Brenlin's focus is on me. Hamlet will be able to handle the rest.
The anti-Valkyria squad commenced their attack on Dunwholesome.
You know what else this game, and actually any game which like focuses on war, could use more of? A bit more of like a story focus on travel and logistics.
Yeah, these people just need to teleport around a bit.
Yeah. And granted, Valkyria Chronicles 1 wasn't perfect for this either, but you did occasionally have things happening while they were travelling to other places.
Let's do this.
So let's see how much damage mines actually do. Piss all. Okay. We're going to run over every mine.
They look a little bit like Roombas, if I'm honest. When it said Minesweeper, I thought that was the Minesweeper. You just set it up and it would just sweep the mines for you.
They have led death Roombas around the city. What are death Roombas? They're like regular Roombas, but they have knives attached.
Kind of makes me miss Fallout 4, because those mines are actually pretty tough.
Yeah, like mines in Valkyria Chronicles 1 are serious business. They can, they can take out a party member, and given that that game has permadeath, that can be a problem.
Who's next?
This all wouldn't seem so silly if it wasn't for the fact that this was a Valkyria Chronicles game.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Like, this would just seem par for the course if this didn't have Valkyria in the title.
Did you not notice the man running up next to you after several mines went off?
Probably not.
Why are these people so stupid? Hi, you fuckers beat a brains. Are you all just really handsome under those helmets? Forgot about her shoes. Sorry, you moron. Even fucking Crinoline Princess over here is wearing flats. Or at least riding boots. I can't decide what should have happened, like what really should have happened to her. Either I can't decide whether she's broken her ankle, the heel of her stiletto snapped off, or one of the straps broke. And then she fell over and broke her ankle. There is nothing practical about the shoes she's got on.
Let's end this. All right.
Can't do What on earth have we done to instill fear in the enemy? We're just running around on a rooftop, which we appear to have no way off of.
The ladder you came up on?
Yeah, no way off of on that side. I mean.
You took down their mates, and they're like, no! The emotional heart of our unit is gone now! How will we ever survive?
We've got another Scorpion mech. The Empire's just mass producing these now. We've decided that the Scorpion is the ultimate battle creature.
It really does look like that laser thing from that Michelin Rev sketch.
Yeah.
Which was what was it designed for? Scanning barcodes?
Oh, yes.
Look, I haven't been watching Robot Wars. I just don't watch TV much anymore. But, I get the feeling that they're mostly wheels and none of them have legs. Because legs are...
I remember that they were basically all wheeled. Except the few of the house robots that, to be honest, they're designed more for style than substance anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, like, in the first few series you got these really interesting different designs, but after a while it just became clear that all you needed was a wedge with a powerful catapult on it and you could basically do whatever the fuck you wanted.
Yeah.
Do you remember when they introduced that safety robot and everybody was really annoyed by it?
Don't actually. What safety robot was this?
I think one of the house robots, he was Sergeant Bash, had a flamethrower. And a safety robot had like fire extinguisher. Well, that makes sense. I could live with that. But it also seems to like get in the way and try and stop super violence, and you're just like, you're not a ref.
Yeah.
It just seemed to try and unviolencify something which was designed from the ground up to be violent.
I feel like a mech this large and this bristling with guns should, like, you should dread these things showing up. Yeah, and you should have to strategize your way around it. Whereas we've encountered like 4 of them now, and they ain't difficult to kill, they're just long-winded.
Yeah, like, the thing that bothers me about this one in particular is that this is an urban environment. It doesn't need legs. Like, the ones in, like, a gorge or whatever, having legs is something of an advantage because, yeah, it makes it more vulnerable. But at the same time, it means it's more, mobile. You can deal with more different kinds of terrain. No, this one's just vulnerable for no goddamn reason at all, apart from the fact that they couldn't be bothered to make more models.
Yeah.
Also, if this is Valkyria Chronicles 1, we would have had, like, the quirky mini-boss squads talk about the giant scorpion mechs.
Yeah, the giant scorpion mechs would be a plot point like the Datames and the Marmoto were. Or even just like Jaeger's tank, or that other guy who also looked kind of like one of Tarkin's armoured train.
These just show the fuck up out of nowhere.
Yeah, like they've only even been acknowledged once when the characters have been like, oh no, a heavy tank. Like, this is normal.
I'm starting to wonder if they've even invented the wheel in this fucking alternate universe yet.
Yeah. If this was Valkyria Chronicles 1, there would be an entire level devoted to bringing one of these down. And then, like, it probably wouldn't show up again until, like, a mission near the end where there'd be two of them.
As expected.
With this, we have liberated yet another domain from the Empire's reign of terror. Thank you, everyone, for making this victory possible. Sort of feels like you're
Fuck, even those tanks on legs would be,
My apologies.
For what?
Yeah, they'd be serious business. You'd only have one or two of them per level.
What's the matter?
Just like how you only had one or two regular tanks per level usually. Because you had to either use Woken or a Lancer to take them down. Actually, that's not true. You usually had more than one or two. But you didn't have many, and they were a serious obstacle.
As many times as I must, until you understand.
You're wasting your time. Next time he shows up.
Jutland, who won the Battle of Dunfalst, immediately began establishing an interim government.
Having learned from his experience in Abseria, Solomon set up a leader list. He announced that he had searched for and found its long-lost prince. But that was... Donovan Lindegard later uncovered he was a fake. I wonder why nobody figured it out.
It was around this time when the word liberation took a form of its own. The traders needed a leader in Dunfalst. It was to emphasize the cause to both Jutland and Ruse, but only until the day they'd relinquish it to Brenland.
I have a hard time believing that the people of Jutland would put up with this liberation thing.
What do you think? We did exactly as I said we would.
Yeah.
I think after a certain point they'd be all like, well, we don't care anymore.
When the war ends, Dunfalst will be Brenland's.
I have news from my home. We vow to draw the attention of the Valkyria.
Deals like these were made frequently?
Weakening the Rusan Empire was of mutual interest to the major powers, or at the very least, influential people. Solomon the Trader capitalized on that fact and worked hard to gain the cooperation of the superpowers. Most of this planning was done so that Ruse's military might couldn't focus on Jutland.
I see. A small country like Jutland was able to sustain a war with an empire thanks to these diversions.
Analysis is being conducted as quickly as possible, but we believe there is ulterior motive to Jutland taking Dunfalst.
Your Majesty fought Brenland for Dunfalst. I wonder what they think of this.
Indeed. Would we call for the ambassador?
That will not be necessary. His words will amount to naught. There is, however, someone far more worthy of our attention. The one who oversaw the establishment of Ipseria's and Dunfalst's interim governments. Investigate this man.
As you wish.
A little did the Emperor know that when he said, "as you wish," what he really meant was, "I love you."
It seems you've been standing out too much. The Empire has their eyes on you.
I suppose that proves they aren't completely blind. Why not show more concern for your well-being rather than for other people?
I'll be fine. I'm heading back to Roos. He's waiting for me. There's been some movement in the army. I'm going to investigate.
Ooh, that would be an interesting concept. Like a game about a war in some fantasy place where you're controlling like a squad or I don't know, students. That seems to be. Where did you get that letter from, Michelle? Been sitting on it this entire time. But where you occasionally jump to like point and click adventure things, where you're playing as a spy in enemy territory, and depending on what intel you can get, it affects the missions you play on the other side.
That would be pretty cool.
There's much we can learn
Yeah.
by revisiting the past.
Ah, we've unlocked Meme 4. Let's hope this isn't Pepe. I hate Pepe.
Oh, sorry for Pepe.
I feel sorry for Pepe's creator.
Well, yeah, that's
Like-
really what I meant.
Yeah, like he didn't intend Pepe to become a far-right symbol. Nobody
isn't
could have
really.
foreseen this.
0600.
People use it normally all the time still.
Yeah, but it's become enough of a far-right symbol that at least a few pretty reputable research bodies have classed it as such. And who could have foreseen that?
I'm not what you call strong.
Yeah,
I'm
but
proud to be a part of this,
the
so
problem
I do
is,
my best.
once one of these places classifies it as a symbol, all of like the news gets involved, and then suddenly everybody knows about it, and suddenly it is, despite the fact that it really wasn't.
Better than the slop they serve the main force.
By that logic, you might as well say things like the alphabet are far-right extremist symbols because they use it too.
Still, his skills.
That's not really the same, and you know it.
0800. Raising the Jutland flag.
They're rallying behind a cartoon frog. This should be us, and we should mock them the shit out of them for it. Not declaring him anathema.
Her initiative to fight
Oh god, remember when one of Donald Trump's sons, like, shared a picture of Tete the Frog as like a rallying cry?
I wish she understood that her life is worth more than others.
1200. Lunch.
Do you want to know about the captain? Sure. It's true.
Now I kind of want soup.
I sometimes wonder if he really has what it takes to be captain. But hey, it's all good. Vandergen's got me. I can handle anything the Rucks throw at us.
1300. Time for training. The squad separates into their respective classes for combat practice.
Princess Ophelia? Well, she's...
Sorry, what's this? I was distracted by thinking about Pepe.
Her song?
I think this is part of like a documentary or a newspaper thing, like a day in the life of Vanagund.
That's why I call her Princess Ophelia.
1600. Weapon inspections.
The captain? I'm more curious about what Fifi thinks of him. She's always gazing at him from the sidelines with those puppy dog eyes of hers. It's probably the you-know-what between boys and girls. Oh my gosh, I gotta do my job as her bestest friend. I'ma raise the bar. Let the love banner be
Oh god, we have a shipper. There's a shipper in the ranks.
1800. Dinner.
Finally, it's my turn. As for our so-called captain, I, the noble Isaac of House Bergreen, shall now unveil the steely, sordid truth of that intolerable ignoramus. That's not... Oh, you wish to hear about Miss Ophelia? Her Highness's elegances befit
He doesn't like carrots.
Brennan's royal bloodline. A lovely lass, to say the least. And the way she openly confronts Hamlet is music to my ears. Truly the maiden for me, if I do say so myself. Difference in social status? You know what they say, the course of true love never did run smooth.
Like, she's only distantly related.
1900. Free time.
Yeah.
Get some time to themselves.
Captain Hamlet. I get why some of the younger recruits are anxious. I believe he has what it takes.
He's a noble. He
Bottom
would be able
line
to marry a
is, you need an
queen anyway.
intensive to rally your troops against the enemy. And that's something the captain's got in spades. Well, I admit he lets his zeal get the better of him at times. I have no doubt the captain's shouldering some painful memories. Why do I think that? That's just the
You mean like that time he committed a war crime?
2200. Lights out. The anti-Valkyria squad hits the hay. Only the night guards remain awake. A perfect time for my final interview.
The squad. They're a capable bunch. Bloom takes care of the team. Helena is an invaluable offensive asset who never lets anything slow her down, no matter how dire the situation. Isaac is an eagle-eyed scout. Sarah supports her teammates with more dedication than I've seen from anyone. Bridget and Daryl both keep the squad working together, while Jordan and Tilda take charge when they need to. Do they bitch and moan? Sure. But they do what they're assigned. I couldn't ask anything
Not
more.
dedicated enough to wear sensible shoes.
Why are you laughing? I've said too much. Okay, that's enough. Ophelia? I don't think so. It's time for lights out. Beat it free.
So goes a typical day for Vandergund. Each one unique in their own right. Selected for their potential, regardless of age, gender, or status. But despite these differences, still
Every time Freaks turns up, I just remember that there's a third series of 3 coming next year.
As their backgrounds, they all share the same will to win the war. This is what binds them. Perhaps this same strength is the source of their Ragnite aptitude.
Oh, so it's his notebook.
Well, I'm sure there could be no lies in what is essentially a propagandist's notebook.
I wonder whether Amlet's picky eating has improved. Huh. The captain's a picky eater? Indeed. He had a terribly imbalanced diet during our institute years, and I often had to chide him for it.
Your Highness scolded the captain? Huh.
Wait, have we seen this one before?
Yes, we have!
Oh, it said it was new. This is not new. This is old. Oh right, that one's new.
Amlet Gronkair! Amlet Gronkair! My word, whatever is that face? Are you still fussing over my enrollment in the squad?
I've made peace with it. Doesn't mean I have to like it, though. What do you want?
Bridget has been looking all over for you, Amlet Gronghair. She wishes to speak to you about the other day's training simulation. I cannot stop thinking of it myself. Daryl and Jordan were especially skilled at leading their teams, thanks to their years of military experience. Helena and Bloom were in sync, being childhood friends, while Tilda's and Isaac's unique styles were wonderful to behold. Sarah and I found it all to be quite a thrill. What do you think, Amlet Gronghair? Amlet Gronghair?
You don't have to say the whole thing.
Pardon?
My name. Why do you always say it in full? You've done that ever since we met.
Ah, well, that is,
Hey, did you hear? Amlet ranked top of the class again.
What is this institute?
He's supposedly the best.
Yeah, I need
student the
answers.
Institute's ever seen.
So what? He's a little more skilled than we are. Who cares? He's just some loser orphan. Gronghair isn't even his real last name. He gets special treatment because people pity him.
Ha, you're right. Gronghair. What a social parasite. Huh?
your words are poison. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
But Princess Ophelia...
Have you not seen how hard he works? While here you idly stand doing what? His bloodline has no bearing on the accolades he earns. He is many times nobler than you two. No heritage entitles you to belittle hard workers while shirking your own duties. Should anyone else dare to speak ill of his family name, tell them this. The Princess of Jutland calls the name of Amlet Gronghair with pride.
What?
Well, 'tis nothing. I simply prefer the way it sounds.
Just call me Amlet.
But
It'll be easier for both of us.
I understand. Very well, Amlet. That was the first time you have made a request of me.
And?
I dare say I rather enjoyed it.
So easy to please.
Amlet?
What?
I merely wish to
She is
call it your
Kickster.
name. How was it? Easier to answer to, I hope.
I knew she was just going to do that for no real reason at all.
Just sitting there, how Palpatine-esque, just like so predictable. Okay, we've been streaming for about 3 hours now, so we should leave it there for today. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I believe Reese is streaming Oxenfree tomorrow.
That's the plan.
And I will definitely do .hackgu for my next stream, because we're nearly at the end of Rebirth. May as well push on, fight Endurance, do that good shit. Okay, so long, farewell.